Hi, I'm Jason Olkowski, Chief Customer Officer here at Creatio, and we're so excited to be joined by Rachel Shepard today. Rachel leads operations for the City of Pittsburgh Commission on Human Relations. So Rachel, you guys transitioned from a legacy solution to help manage these discrimination complaints. Tell us about the tipping point and what drove that transformation.
It was a long time coming. The appeal was definitely the no-code piece, because I am not a person who can do any kind of coding on the back end. Going from something that was just not meeting our needs to something that can be so thorough, help us to expand the services that we offer people is just so important to us.
Tell us a bit about what's involved in this complaint process and how does it help serve the citizens?
Prior to having Creatio and having the portal option for users, so for the people who are inquiring about potential discrimination complaints, we had a Microsoft form, or a Google form, something of that nature, and it wasn't getting much traction. It was very, very basic, and most folks just, I think, would take one look and run the other direction and say these folks are not official. So now with the no-code platform, people can register, they can feel that sense of ownership to the process. They can send us all of the information about themselves, about what happened to them, who was involved, and they get a much more thorough opportunity to present information, the information that's key for us to identify if it's an actual case or not. They can do that right up front with the portal program. And then the great part about it is that it's tied to our back end. So our investigators, our other staff can look at it on the back end, and we can have the same information in real time and continue to follow up on their cases through the portal.
How has your process transformation and the Creatio tool enabled you to kind of foster that collaboration and greater efficiency?
Yeah, it's been great because we can assign different parts of the process to different people through the program now. So when we have our intake person is the one who's collecting information right off the bat, anything that wasn't collected through the portal initially, we can go back, ask those questions, make sure that we have jurisdiction, that it needs to happen in the city of Pittsburgh, that it was actually illegal discrimination, et cetera, et cetera. And so the intake person can be assigned, they can move through that process and ask all their questions and enter it into Creatio. So then the next person in line, the investigator, will have all of that information and be able to expand upon it. And so there's actually the communication platform on there as well, where we can communicate not only with the parties on the outside, but with each other. And now with being able to tag each other, we're getting more alerts in real time so that we're being more efficient with how we're processing these cases.
And how has the no-code element of Creatio enabled you to build those workflows?
It's definitely been an evolution over the last couple of years since I began with Creatio, and I'm getting the hang of a lot of different things and being able to expand on a lot of really cool options that Creatio offers, which is wonderful. But we have the ability at the City of Pittsburgh to add additional protections for discrimination. So we actually added one in late 2024, and we were able to just add that right into the process. Any place that it would be mentioned, it's now in there. The portal user can see it, they can ask questions about it, and it really enables us to update things as often as we are updating the law.
So what would you say has been the biggest kind of single difference to help make all this possible for you?
I think it keeps everyone connected, and at the same time, it really separates the work into the separate sections that we need it to be in. It's helping to separate things in a way so that it can be easier to organize. It's also really helpful in that we can have that portal process where anyone can come on and check the status of their case, see who's working on it, update their contact information, and so everybody is just much better connected.
Have you gotten any feedback from the actual users and citizens that are using this? How is it going so far for them as well?
We're definitely seeing an increase in the online inquiries. Just the number that I'm taking in every day and having to assign out to folks on our staff is so much higher than it ever was with the Google form, right? So we know that it's working. We know that we're getting it out there. We know that we're doing, adequate marketing, that people aren't intimidated by the system, that they're willing to move forward with the entire inquiry process rather than, sometimes we'll have people call and leave a voicemail and it'll just be, hey, I think I experienced discrimination. Can you call me back? And then we never hear from them again because they're intimidated by the process. And so, the number of completed inquiries that make it to a case is so much higher because of the portal.
What's your message to other local agencies that are still using legacy tools or other manual processes?
If you're struggling with this software that you have currently, or you don't have any like we were, that was the position we were in, try Creatio. It's simple to use, the support is wonderful, and you can do so much more with it than you imagine you can.